Please welcome Director of Product, App, and Partner Platform, Brandon Chu.
Hey, everyone. So, as you've heard throughout the day, commerce is everywhere now, and it belongs to everyone. And that includes all of you in the audience who build on our platform and help entrepreneurs succeed every single day. The opportunity of our app platform is the biggest that it's ever been. Just 6 years ago, merchants were using only one app on average. Today, that number has grown sixfold. And in the past 12 months, merchants have used more apps than in the entire history of Shopify before. Now, while all that growth is incredible, it doesn't just tell us that merchants need more software. It's a bigger story. It's that commerce itself is becoming more complex. At Shopify, we know that our app platform is mission critical for us to solve this complexity. Without it, and without all of you building on it, there's just no way we could reach our mission of helping entrepreneurs around the world. And that mission is daunting. We can have merchants in any country, selling to consumers in any country. They can be on retail, online, across 30 different sales channels. They can be in any industry. They can be solo entrepreneurs or large businesses with tens of millions of orders a month. To solve for this type of complexity, we have to remember that commerce is a deeply technical problem. And that's why our team pours so much energy into the technical foundations of our app platform. So I'd like to start today by sharing with you how we're going to continue to do that so that you can keep growing alongside of the merchants that you help. We're going to start with the API. So last year, we launched a new storefront API. It was powered by GraphQL. And it enabled developers to build custom storefronts on both web and mobile. Since then, tens of thousands have been built. But custom storefronts, they're only a small percentage of all the activity that happens on our platform. As you all know, most apps are built using our admin API. So something we're going to do this year is we're going to bring GraphQL to the admin API. Now, the entirety of our API is going to be GraphQL powered. And while we'll still support REST, we really want you to adopt GraphQL for all of your apps. I'd like to take a minute and talk about why that is, why we love this technology so much, and why we know it's going to be the future of our API. So first off, GraphQL is really powerful right out of the box. It comes with superior tooling, built-in documentation, and it's type safe. This means there are going to be fewer errors in your apps. Secondly, it's incredibly efficient. Your app can ask for all of the data it needs in a single request. You'll no longer need to do 5 round-trip calls to our REST API just to get the information that your app needs. This is something that affects a ton of developers in our ecosystem. And it also makes apps on Shopify far less efficient than they should be. Finally, you're going to be able to just build faster. Because your app is declaring what it wants and doesn't have to worry about how to get it, you can write less code, and you can let Shopify do more of the heavy lifting of joining related data together. We're so excited by GraphQL that for the last 2 years, our own engineers have been completely rewriting Shopify under the hood. And today, it powers all of our products on web and in mobile. And we want all of you to do the same. So to back that up, you can start building today. By building on the same, thank you. By building on the same tech stack as our engineers, we're going to be able to improve this API faster than we've ever been able to before. And we know that developers are going to love this. So while a better API is fantastic for developers, we need to make the experience of using apps better for merchants. And today, that experience is not as simple as it should be. To use apps, merchants need to break their workflows and flip-flop between the app and Shopify. It's a jarring experience, and even worse, a merchant needs to learn how to use more software when all they want to do is get the job done. So you've actually already seen a glimpse today of a better future. Every single platform feature that we've already talked about today, they all reflect a world where apps are deeply embedded inside of Shopify, deeply embedded inside of a merchant's workflow. This isn't an accident. This reflects our vision for how we feel that apps work best. But we're going to do more right now. We're going to bring something to the ecosystem that's going to deliver time well spent to our merchants in a way that was never before possible, through automation. So last year, we launched Shopify Flow for Plus merchants. It enabled them to make automations of all their commerce workflows, and since then, over 150 million workflows have been automated. So we want to bring this power to the app ecosystem. We're going to open up something that we're calling connectors for Shopify Flow. They're going to enable you, app developers, to build your own triggers and actions, and merchants are going to be able to use them inside of Shopify Flow. So to show you how it works, we're going to go through a real example. We're going to take a look at two partners of ours who have been working with us in beta. Loyalty Line, which is a customer loyalty app, and then Klaviyo, an email marketing app. So the first thing we're going to see is what they configure in the developer dashboard. So here's Loyalty Line, and they're going to create a trigger. So a trigger is sort of like the beginning of a flow, right? You're going to initiate a flow. And the trigger they're creating is when their app says that a customer is at risk. Okay? Next, we're going to take a look at Klaviyo, all the way in Boston. So they're going to create an action. An action is the result of a flow. And in this case, that action is going to be a very simple, add this customer to this email campaign. Now, it's important to remember here that neither Loyalty Line nor Klaviyo know about each other's connectors. Remember that. So we're going to flip and take a look at what the merchant sees now. So we're going to look at a merchant that's going to create a new flow. They're in Flow, and they're going to add a trigger. And right there is Loyalty Line's at-risk customer trigger. They're going to go ahead and select it. There we go. Next, they're going to add a condition. So a condition is sort of like a rule that must be true for the flow to run. And in this case, the condition is the customer has agreed to accept marketing emails. It's a good choice. Finally, they're going to add an action, which completes the flow. And of course, that action is going to be Klaviyo's email marketing add to campaign action. And that's it. The merchant's done. So what's going on here is that Loyalty Line, anytime that they determine that a customer is at risk, Klaviyo is actually going to send an email to that customer and try to save them. This is so simple. It's automated forever. But what's incredible here is that two apps that have never talked to each other, never met each other, were able to work together to solve a really complex merchant problem. How incredible is that? So I hope you're excited about this. It's going to really bring something new to our app platform. And I'm happy to also share that you can start building them today as well. We're ready to work with more partners. By building connectors for your apps, you're going to tap into an ecosystem of other connectors and enable merchants to weave automation throughout all of their workflows in a way that wasn't possible before. So a quick recap, we have a better API for developers. We have more app capabilities, including connectors for Shopify Flow. But we also can't stop there, because no matter how good your apps are, they're nothing if they're not found, discovered, and used by merchants. Today, we have over 2,400 apps in our App Store. It's an incredibly rich collection of tools that help merchants sell more and save time. But with so much choice, how do we feel confident that a merchant is going to be able to find the right app at the right time? Well, this is something that our team obsesses over every single day, and we've been working hard on it for the last year. So I'd love to share with you the results of some of that. It's the reason that we've been asking you to submit 2 app listings for the last 6 months. It's probably the biggest open secret in our app ecosystem. We're launching a new app store. So This is an incredible product. We've completely redesigned it to put discovery at the core of its job. Let's dive right in and take a look. So it's been beautifully redesigned to work on any size device, and the app listing has been restructured to put the most important information for merchants first. Features of the application, support characteristics from the developer, the description, images, demos of the app, and the all-important pricing. In fact, we've created a new way to show structured tiered pricing so that you can clearly communicate the benefits of every pricing tier. This is going to help merchants make decisions faster, and it's going to help developers express their apps in a way that wasn't possible before. What's more exciting, though, is actually what we did under the hood. We completely re-engineered the way that we classify apps. So there's no longer going to be these monolithic categories with 500 different apps in them, and no one can find a thing. Instead, we've developed intuitive merchant categories, things like returns and warranties, or pre-orders. These are terms that actually match what a merchant is thinking and what they're searching for. The other powerful aspect of this new classification system is that it allows us to be less dependent on search as the only way to find things. Search is fantastic, but if you think about it, it's actually limited by what a merchant already knows. So instead, the new App Store is moving to a world where recommendations are the primary way to discover. We've developed a powerful, personalized recommendation engine. And it takes these newly classified apps and it matches it with what a merchant needs at a given moment. So for example, if I'm a new merchant on Shopify and I'm trying to get my first sale, we're going to recommend you apps to get you eyes on your products. Or if you're a really established merchant, we're going to recommend you apps that help streamline your fulfillment processes. We believe in these recommendations so much that we also architected the App Store to be a platform for discovery, one that powers recommendations throughout all of Shopify's products. What you're seeing here, which I'm covering, what you're seeing here is a simple home card. It recommends apps. We launched this just 6 months ago. It shows up in the home feed for merchants. This one card is now accounting for 16% of all the app installs across the entire platform. It's an incredible testament to the power of these personalized recommendations. By being recommendation-centric in the way that apps are found on Shopify, we're going to move our platform to feel more like a Netflix for commerce apps, but without the auto-playing trailers. So when can you get this? Well, it launches to merchants worldwide in the summer. And all developers as of today can preview their listings in the new design so that they can get ready. So commerce is a deeply technical problem. And we've talked a lot about the technical foundations of our platform. But it's not only technical. As you heard from Chris in the video before I started, if you save him 10 minutes, he'll pay you. We have to remember that commerce is equally a human problem. An app isn't going to redesign your website for you to match your brand strategy. It's not going to build you a display case for your retail store. It's not going to inject creativity into your business. People still do all of those things. At Shopify, we get this. We've observed it. Over the past 5 years, the Experts program has built up to a global network of service providers that help our merchants in all facets of commerce. From creative services like marketing campaigns to more technical ones like migrations from other platforms or custom applications. The impact has been incredible. Almost half of all merchants on Shopify today have worked with a Shopify expert. We get this at Shopify. Our platform isn't just technical, it's equally human. So the last thing I'd love to share with you today is how we're going to change our platform to better reflect that human side. We haven't done a great job of helping merchants find services that our partners are providing. Really basic questions. What can I even get done? Who do I work with? How much does it cost? These are still challenges for merchants. And for partners, the other side, how do I build up a client base from scratch? How do I accept money in a trustworthy way? How do I describe what I can do in a way that merchants can understand? I'm happy to share that this year, we're going to break through all of these obstacles. We're going to open up the first new marketplace on our platform since the App Store itself, the Shopify Services Marketplace. So this marketplace is going to be a one-stop shop for merchants to get all the expertise that they need. And it's going to enable partners to build a massive service business on our platform. Let's dive in and see how it works. So one of the most important decisions that we made was how we're going to actually classify these services. And we chose a job-centric approach. This means that if I'm a merchant and I need help setting up my store, I can find exactly that. We're then going to ask you a few questions so that we understand exactly the job that you want. Then Shopify is going to return back to you a list of vetted and skilled partners that are perfect for that job. Merchants are then going to make the choice of who they want to work with, and they're done. What's really powerful about this is not just that it's simple, it's that it allows us to uncover all these hidden services that were on our platform but hard to find. Things like photo editing, content writing, and as our head of AR would love me to say, 3D modeling. Another really important goal for us was to make merchants feel safe when they're transacting. Some of these jobs can cost thousands and thousands of dollars, so they need to feel comfortable. So we built in communication and payments right into how the marketplace works. Inside the product, merchants and partners can talk and they can figure out what the job scope is. After, when a merchant is comfortable, a partner can go right into the dashboard, create an invoice, and send it to the merchant. Merchants can then pay for that invoice with the credit card that they already have stored within Shopify. It's simple and it's trustworthy. Finally, and this is my absolute favorite part, we've built the services marketplace on the same recommendation engine that we use for apps. This means that for all the places I was saying earlier that you can see apps recommended, soon you'll also be able to see services. We think that this is incredibly powerful. By fusing the algorithms that we use for apps with the services that partners bring to our platform, we're going to tap into Shopify's scale. We're going to be able to build the biggest, most relevant business services marketplace on the planet, right here in Shopify. Are you excited about this? If you are, get ready, because this is not going to be far out. This is coming this summer. It's launching in public beta in these select categories, and we're going to add more in the months to come. So if you're out there and you're thinking about building up a service business, or you already have one, we want you to get involved. We've been testing this for the last 6 months in a closed beta, and the results are incredible. Merchants are finding and using services that they didn't even know existed, and partners are building huge businesses from nothing. The symbiosis of technology and human creativity is at the core of what Shopify's platform is. It's what makes us unique. It's what makes all of our ecosystem unique. We want you to continue to invest in it. From building your apps on GraphQL, to taking advantage of new app capabilities, to leveraging an app store that has discovery in its core, and to being first in line to build a massive services business on the biggest platform opportunity that we've had in years. The opportunity is growing, and we cannot wait to see what you build. Thank you.